Once you really get to know Kitana, she becomes a very interesting character. Obviously, you'd feel pretty upset if you realized that your twin sister was actually a clone created by one of your father's evil minions. Kitana has been through some rough times, and she only wishes that there'd at least be some peace in Edenia. So I think now would be a good time to do a character study on one of the most beautiful characters in Mortal Kombat. Kitana used to serve as an assassin for Shao Kahn, but her intentions were still a mystery. So Shao Kahn hired her twin sister Mileena to watch over her intentions. First time you see her name, you might mistake it for a sword, but that's Kitana. Kitana's weapons are steel fans, not the one in Super Smash Bros. Melee. This fan can actually decapitate people's heads because it's so sharp. One of Kitana's famous fatalities is her explosive kiss, where she kisses someone and they get fatter and fatter and fatter, and boom! They explode. Kitana has learned a lot of things about her past, like the fact that she was born in Edenia, and she is actually the princess of that realm. And her sister, Mileena, is actually a clone created by Shang Tsung, only with the mouth of a Tarkatan, and that her parents were overthrown by Shao Kahn. She ends up killing her twin sister, Mileena. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was one of the most stressful times for Kitana. She ended up being accused for treason, and now she is on the run. Her mission is to turn Queen Sindel against Shao Kahn, since Queen Sindel is actually her mother, and not Shao Kahn's wife. But Shao Kahn has sent Jade and Reptile to bring her back. Jade happens to be one of Kitana's childhood friends. Jade then realized that Kitana was right, so she allies herself with her longtime friend, and she flirts off Reptile, who was sent to kill Kitana. Kitana successfully turns Queen Sindel against Shao Kahn, and they both free Edenia. In Mortal Kombat 4, Shinnok and Quan Chi were going to enslave Edenia, so Kitana escapes and fights with the Earthrealm warriors. Her evil so-called twin sister Mileena was resurrected from the Netherrealm to fight with Quan Chi and Shinnok. She's fighting on the bad guy's side so she can eventually face Kitana in battle. Liu Kang went in his Shaolin Temple, confessing that he thought he did not save Kitana in the realm of Edenia. But then Kitana appeared in front of him and told him that he did save Edenia from Shinnok and Quan Chi. She also offered him to be the king of Edenia. Liu Kang refused because he said he belonged in Earthrealm. When Kitana returned to Edenia, Mileena confessed her true intentions of becoming princess of Edenia, claiming that it was her right. But Kitana knew better. She knew that Mileena was born of Shang Tsung's sorcery. Boy, did Kitana give it to her. But she might have been a bit too harsh. There, Mileena went to her knees in torture, knowing that Kitana was right. But then Mileena attacked her by surprise. She was almost about to kill Kitana right there. But Kitana sent Mileena to the prisons of Edenia. She went to Goro and told him about the peace treaty that the Shokan and Centaurs were having. Goro agreed to sign the peace treaty. Their moment of peace was good, until it was interrupted by a warrior known as Kung Lao. Kitana asked Kung Lao why he attacked. He told her that he thought making differences with an enemy was a lost cause. Goro got up in anger and asked him if this was an assassination attempt. Kung Lao told him that it was only an ancestral strike for his ancestor, also by the name of Kung Lao, that was killed in Mortal Kombat by Goro himself. they both decide to settle differences with each other. Kitana and Goro then fought against the Outworld armies in an attempt to defeat Shao Kahn. Goro was killed by Noob Saibot, but Shao Kahn was assassinated by the Deadly Alliance. Kitana then ran into Kung Lao, who told her about the Deadly Alliance of Quan Chi and Shang Tsung, and the death of Liu Kang. She then decided that returning to Edenia would have to wait, as she fought against this new threat. She ended up fighting against Quan Chi, but his power was too great, and she ended up being defeated by him. She ended up being resurrected under Onaga's control. Mileena ended up escaping from the Edenian prison with the help of Baraka. Baraka then told her about Kitana being under Onaga's control. She then posed as the former princess of Edenia, and then leaded the troops to fight against the Dragon King so she could kill Kitana. Jade found out this and ran to Queen Sindel for help, only to find out that she had been imprisoned by Tanya. Jade freed Sindel, and they both escaped to Outworld to try and defeat the Dragon King. Thankfully, Ermac and Liu Kang's spirit made it there first. They not only freed Kitana, but they also freed Sonya, Johnny Cage, Kung Lao, and Jax. There, Kitana thanked Liu Kang's spirit. Queen Sindel was so happy that Kitana was alive. While under Onaga's control, Kitana used telepathy and read his thoughts. She then realized the 6 objects that kept him alive called the Kamidoku, and knew that removing that could defeat him. She then ran into the fire spawn known as Blaze. She then fell to her knees and cried. All she wanted was peace in Edenia, but there was threat after threat coming that she just wanted to end. Now, this is the end of my character study for Kitana. Now, this is my second Mortal Kombat character study. You're probably asking why am I doing this? It's because you can't really call yourself a Mortal Kombat fan if you don't know much about the plot of Mortal Kombat. So that's why I'm doing these. So my next character is going to be Noob Saibot.